Kia ora, tāwhalawa, and good afternoon. My name is Matt Maua'i. I manage the MSD team. I've got Norie here, who's one of our brilliant product owners, who will explain a little bit more about what it does, and then we'll run through a quick demo, and then that'll be us.
Thank you. So just run a little bit on a post-it, because that's what I was told Agile is about, which is a billion post-its. So just to recap, the simplification program for the ministry has a strong focus on human-centered design. So we brought in people that were from frontline, we talked to our clients directly, we talked to our staff directly, and our main focus is on not just improving design, but simplifying processes. Some of the things that we do as a business are really complex for no reason at all, other than that's just how we've done it for the last 20 plus years. And just highlighting what everyone else is saying, we use what we refer to as smart data. So we analyze the heck out of everything before we start, because this is government money. We don't want to waste it on investing in something that doesn't actually respond to the problem statement at hand. So some of what the video itself will display is one particular feature that has really helped change the way that we deliver our service. So Simplification and MSD in particular, as a ministry, we talk about helping our people become safe, strong and independent. So we wanted to focus particularly on helping our clients become independent and less reliant on our frontline staff. So one particular example that we have in the demo that will play shortly is in terms of what we refer to in service delivery in particular as a hardship grant. So just to, before it plays the video, because you don't really get a sense of it, annually we grant about 900,000 hardship grants. That's face-to-face interactions. These interactions prior to last year were all done in person. So that costs half an hour of our case manager's time, half an hour of their client's time, just to come in for $20 to $50. So as you go through the demo itself, so prior to last year, Simplification has introduced an online transaction, which is referred to as an online food grant. So before August last year, which is when we first started, continue to do iterative releases. This transaction took 24.5 minutes. It's in a service centre. In August, we did a simple release. People could apply online. That was 7.5 minutes. And in March this year, we went full end-to-end. It's fully automated, just client and systems. That transaction gets completed in less than a minute. So I mentioned earlier about 900,000 hardship grants a year. Of that, about 460,000 are just food grants. So this is why, as a program and as a business, we pushed to get food fully automated, because that's less foot traffic in our offices, and that allows our staff to focus on discussions that matter, really heavy conversations, and we push out all this noise so that our clients aren't chained to us and they can continue on their journey.
Cool. Thanks, Norie. If I can just find this mouse. Okay, set the sound will be working. Sound's not working. Lovely. All part of IT, right?
It's always in the techie events too.
I did just go up before then, just ask and make sure that the sound was up.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all good.
I don't know, we could sing along.
Someone got a guitar? We can. Should be coming in the speaker.
Normally there's an aux cord I can grab on.
And that should all pop in. It's all part
Should
of
it go through?
Yeah, it should all go through. So, there was a tick that they were in there. Maybe I'll show this demo later. But yeah, maybe we'll show it later. The demo. Clear?
People can come to the booth later on and we can get the sound going.
Okay.
But at least we can talk.
I'll go try find an aux
Yes,
cord,
cool.
see if that works.
for MSD, so we went through a few organisations, design network to go through. We've held some workshops, human-centred design, co-design with clients in mind, and we decided not to go for a native mobile app in front, rather than we went with a responsive web design. That way we could not have to configure it to the various different devices that we have. So responsive web design, we can update that one design, one website, and it'll be configured to all the different devices that we have. So what you're seeing there is just the design process that we went through to arrive at the final product, which was my MSD. And from there it'll take you through a short demo, an end-to-end demo here. So you'll see it will go through. That's the process, the simple process of applying for hardship. And you'll go through my MSD, so you apply, you log in. You can log in either via putting in your date of birth, your social welfare number, as well as your date of birth, and a PIN, or you can log in via RealMe. So those are the two methods of logging into my MSD. As you can see, I've just jumped from a mobile phone through to the actual website, and you get the same experience there. So just logging in now to apply for a hardship grant. So the design itself and the words that we've used was more about the way a client would speak, rather than using a lot of technology, a lot of jargon from MSD, and even some down to the choices that you select. Once again, those are designed with clients in mind. So we went through co-design workshops and went through and just as they went through, they see, could you navigate from the very beginning through to where you submit without needing our help to go through that. And this is the final design that went through. So don't be alarmed with the text that's going through now. What this is demonstrating is there is we have a system in the back end that detects any sort of threats or risks in any of the online traffic that we have. So as the client has submitted this through, you'll see how that works. Now we're going from MSD into BPM, which does a lot of our processing. So what the user's going through here just to check that the submission has come through. As they've done, to go through doing a search. So what it does, and then it talks to these to ODM and to Curious. ODM will verify what automation rule to use, and Curious will detect whether there's a risk or threat. So in this example, there is a risk. Obviously, we saw in the text that there was the word bomb there. So as they go back into BPM, you'll see that the hardship threat has been identified, and the threat keyword is bomb. So that will still be processed through, but they'll have a manual intervention in there. The next example is no threat words, applying to go through, go back to our back-end system, which is CMS. And you'll see that in this case, because there were no risks and it's straight through, there is no the case manager is not involved, will go straight through and be auto-approved. So just checking on that account now, make sure that the amount is there. As you can see, this was the second example where $50 has been applied for and approved, and then the client is notified that it is now sitting on their payment card. And then we'll go back across to my MSD. Client logs back in again, and on the home page you will see, as we go through, log in, that the amount is now sitting on their payment card for $50. So that process would have taken about a couple of minutes at most. Let's go through. And here's some of the results that we've achieved over I guess it's been a couple of years now. Automation, the average processing time as you see has gone from minutes down to seconds. And from the MSD space, we've just turned 2, and we've got over 8 million logins and 400,000 clients now using it on a regular basis. And some of the quotes from our clients, absolutely love it. We're doing significant use this, anyone can. And on the final slide, you'll see that actually going through MyMSD and some of our MSD websites, it actually doesn't use any of their data. That's great, and these are what was involved in that whole process. Cool, and that's us. Thank you.